maintenance person about that, myself. But so this picture that he's showing, Kevin, I don't know if you want to show, like, pretty much it's exactly where I couldn't go because the kids were all hanging out back there. So I did not go over there. There's pictures of the basketball court. There's pictures of, all the stuff that we really care about. The river, the edge of the river, and the edge of the wetlands, and everything looked fine if you check out those pictures. Really, the only thing that I noted was a tire, and that's not for Kevin. That's for me to, deal internally with the maintenance guy at the schools to go over that. That's really what I noted was everything they did looks beautiful. The asphalt, the porous pavement was the area that I was the most concerned with. And word on the street from the neighbors is they actually go there and walk. There's some ladies in the neighborhood who walk circles around this. The small parking lot, the teacher's parking lot right there that he's pointing to, that's porous pavement. So there's a group of ladies who actually go out walking on the weekends because there's never any ice on it. So it means the porous pavement's working, and they have not. They've been doing what they, are supposed to. But that being said, there is a new facilities guy, and I think Kevin, me and Kevin, you told me that, right? It was Politano who I should be getting the maintenance reports
I
from.
believe so, yes. Yep.
So it's just me basically following up. He took over from James Hafey, I believe. So he's relatively new. So I just got to sit down with him and go over those things. But as far as this project, I think they're in compliance.
Okay. I know there was some questions about the plantings and if everything, if we follow up with that and make sure that those are doing well. We could issue, if it's okay, if the commission wants to, then we could issue a full certificate. And as long as we get our reports annually on October 31st, and the O&M plan is implemented and taken care of in perpetuity, I'm okay with
May I just make one suggestion on that,
certainly.
Chairman? That any future and always snow removal won't be backed up close to the stream.
Okay, yeah. And the important is with porous pavement is the maintenance of it, the vacuuming and making sure it doesn't get all clogged. But in that picture, I can see quite well what it looks like. So I'd be okay with issuing a full certificate of compliance. So if that's the wish of the commission, then somebody wants to make that motion.
Motion to issue a full certificate of compliance.
Okay, and somebody could second that.
Seconded.
Second by Amanda. Roll call.
Was there, are you guys going to put any ongoing conditions on it? I think you guys just sort of discussed that, but it wasn't part of the motion. I would highly recommend that you have at least 2 ongoing conditions, the maintenance reports to be submitted annually on 10/31, starting ASAP. Like we should have got those since 2024, and the long-term pollution prevention plan and the O&M plan are in perpetuity. And then as far as those other things that you guys were like the snow storage, I mean, you can add that as a condition, but I can certainly follow up with the new facilities guy about all those things that I also have to get in touch with. Of course,
Okay.
for storms like this, it's really tough for people to find where to put snow. So, but there's plenty of space, I think, for that. But do you guys want to add that, or is it just a full certificate with no conditions?
No, I did mention that, but that's, you've stated it again, so that's good. Those 2 items, maintenance report submitted annually on October 31st, and the long-term pollution prevention plan and the O&M plan should be maintained in perpetuity, as well as keeping the snow storage away from the resource area.
Okay, so the 3 conditions, adding the 2 that I mentioned, and then the snow storage as far from the resource as practical, of course.
Yeah.
All right, got it. Roll call. Rizzo.
Yes.
Green.
Yes.
Comac.
Yes.
Harrop.
Yes.
Portamunch.
Yes.
And McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, so that passes 6-0, but I did see Commissioner Athos come in. So I didn't,
Okay.
I don't know if he was here for the whole time. I hope you don't mind that I kept you out of that vote.
I missed the very beginning.
Okay.
I came in like 7:10.
And we were already talking. That's helpful because I didn't write down when we started.
Very good. Hi, Arthur.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 2 on the agenda is continued request for a full certificate of compliance as made by William Sparagus and Chris Sparagus on DP file number 55-934. The project was the construction of a single-family home, address formerly known as 0 Pearl Street, now known as 18 Pearl Street, map 105, lot 85, in the city of Peabody. The order of conditions was issued in 2/28/24. First meeting was on January 8th. And we heard word this afternoon, most recently, that they wish to continue this to our next meeting. So if I could have a motion to continue item number 2 to our next meeting.
Since it can continue item number 2 to the next
Yes.
meeting?
Yes,
Seconded.
okay,
Give me 1 second. So that motion to continue was made by Leslie, seconded by Green. Roll call. Rizzo,
yes,
Green,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes,
Harrop,
Yes,
Athos,
yes,
Portamunch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
yes.
All right, so that item passes 7-0, and the alternates do still have voting rights, even with Commissioner Athos joining.
Oh, both of us do?
yes.
Okay.
All right there. So.
through the
Luana?
chair, I'm so sorry, can I just ask, will they be prepared to come next month? I feel like we keep continuing it because they're not here and it's been going on for over a year. I'm fine with continuing it, but it would be helpful if they actually come next month.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been I got a lot of emails today. If you want me to share them with you tomorrow, Jamie, I'll share them.
I trust you, Lisa.
Yeah, so they're still discussing. I too thought they were coming this
Yeah,
month, but here we are.
okay. Okay, fair enough. Thank you.
Great. The next segment item on the agenda is item number 3. It's under an amendment request, public hearing on an amendment to an existing order of conditions, DEP file number 55-945. The proposed amendment would to add a 2-story garage and breezeway in locally protected buffer zone. The property is known as 41 Beacon Boulevard, map 108, lots 192X. 213, 214, 215, 216, 217 in the city of Peabody.
Okay, I don't see him in the audience, but Mr. DePiero, if you're in the audience, please raise your hand. If no one raises their hand, I would suggest we skip to the next. And while you guys are on the next, I will email him to find out if he thinks maybe perhaps the meeting's tomorrow. A lot of people think we meet on Thursday for some reason. I do not see anyone raising their hand. So going once, going twice. There's only 3 people in attendance. So I guess I would suggest moving on to the next, and I can email him right now.
Okay, so
Okay.
we'll wait on number 3 and we'll move on to item number 4, which is our first notice of intent for the evening. It's a public hearing on a notice of intent submitted by William and Sparagus LLC, Justin Fox for Northeast Arc, Eric Byrne, the applicant. The owner is North Shore Heritage Associates. The proposed project consists of paved parking area, retaining wall, concrete walk grading, stormwater in the buffer and riverfront. Property is known as 303 Lowell Street.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? Second.
Okay,
Good, how are
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Just some reason the camera won't turn on. Not that I don't have a face for radio, but let me just see 1 second. What's that? The video? Sorry, I'm having some issues with my video camera. Of course.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Let me just try plugging it back in. Just give me 1 second. If not, then I can certainly do this just talking. I think we're coming back. All right. Well, I apologize. I'm not sure why it's not. It says it's coming, but all right. Well, everyone can hear me though, correct?
Yes.
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 All right. Lucia, well, let me see if I can at least share my screen, and that way, actually, you don't have to look at my face. Maybe that's even better for everybody. Let's see. Okay. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. At least we're halfway there. All right. So for the record, my name is Peter Blaisdell. I'm an engineer and a land surveyor at Williams and Sparagus. Here representing North Shore Heritage tonight. I apologize. Eric Byrne from Northeast Arc was not feeling so hot tonight, so he sent his apologies, but he wasn't feeling up to it. So let me, I'll just start with the basics. The project is located at 303 Lowell Street on the north side. It is a 1.5 acre parcel. The structure was built approximately 1949, and it has 3 bedrooms. The area is zoned R2. And I'll go over in a moment some of the resource areas, but the proposal is to renovate the existing structure and convert it to a 4-bedroom group home. And then what we'd like to do is construct a new one in the back. So I'm gonna show you 2 different renderings of a proposed condition. One's gonna be what we submitted to you to look at, and then the other one is going to be a couple of improvements that we made after our attorney met with the building inspector. So just hold on 1 second. Everybody see this okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So as I mentioned, the existing structure, which is shown here, what they're planning to do is to take down a portion of the concrete patio, and they're constructing, it's currently under construction. There's about a 625 square foot addition going on in the back. Beyond that, there's a new 4-bedroom group residence that's proposed for the rear. I shared some plans with your planner, Andrew Levin. We just built this exact building over for the Danvers housing at 110 Collins Street. So I sent him the plans. We met with him, I believe, Lucia was there as well a couple of weeks ago, just to kind of let them know what the program was going to be for this. So with the original submittal, we were going to keep the driveway the same as it was, except we were going to bring it around the back, and we were going to add 6 spaces here, one being ADA compliant, and then 4 more spaces in the back. So while we're in the back here, I'll just kind of go over the wetland resource areas that you'd be interested in knowing where they are. This is the mean annual high water flags, flags MA1 through MA8 for Proctor Brook. This next line here is the edge of bordering vegetated wetland, which is flagged A1 through A14. This blue line here represents the limit of the zone AE, which is elevation 47. I looked at a couple prior projects, and I think Lucia might have even mentioned it. This purple line here is the 100-foot inner riparian, and then this purple line here will be the limit of the 200-foot riverfront area. This yellow highlighted line, that's the 100-foot buffer zone from the edge of border vegetated wetlands. I'm so sorry these all run over each other. There's a lot going on here. And then the red line here is the 25-foot no disturb. One of the things that the client wanted to do, and we also wanted to do, is that this area right here that's shown, that's essentially the limit of what's been disturbed on this lot so far. That's the edge of the lawn, and that's the edge of like the tree line. And that's someplace they didn't want to do any more activity past that. So that's where we stopped the project in the original. All of the stormwater will be either captured on site, either portions of the existing roof or of the new roof, to go into subsurface chambers. We did soil testing a couple months back, and we have very good soils here, very good sand. So that's given us a good groundwater recharge opportunity. The remainder of the site will just continue to go where it does now. It just discharges out to the street, and then discharges down to a catch basin a couple 100 feet down. I apologize. Everybody following me so far? Sometimes I speak a little fast. Everybody okay? Okay.
I'm following you.
All right. If I speak too fast, just tell me to rein it in. And then, in a second, let me just see if I can move this a little bit. So, as I mentioned the other day, we had a design review meeting, and a few items came up, and then we had another little separate meeting the other day. I believe Tom St. Pierre wasn't able to be at that meeting, so one of our associates met with him the other day, and what he suggested was to not keep the existing garage, but to rather make the driveway a little easier. That way we don't have, two cars trying to pass at the same time. One, would have to wait here so somebody else goes. So we're planning on this revised plan that I sent over to Lucia to take down the garage. So that would take down about another 445 square feet of impervious area. And then the other thing we wanted to do, which came up at the meeting, was right now there's shrubs and that type of thing along here. So we pulled the driveway back a couple of feet to try to give an opportunity to, if we'll come up with some type of planting scheme there at some point. But we wanted to give a little bit more room here in case we want to put some more plantings. And as a consequence, we pulled the driveway and the parking back a couple of feet here. So we ended up actually reducing the amount of impervious area that we were proposing on the site by about 2,000 square feet. So little less runoff being generated. Beyond that, I know Lucia might have some comments, and you'll probably hear her ask for a few things. We're most likely going to put in a post and rail fence with some markers on it, that type of thing. I don't usually put them on the plan for the initial meeting just because I don't know exactly how many you would like or where exactly you would like them. So that's a detail we'll have the commission kind of fill in. As I mentioned, we do have some riverfront area that we're going to be working in. Not a lot. About 70% of the lot is all within the riverfront area. So we're actually just disturbing a very small portion of the riverfront, and that area has already been maintained as lawn for quite some time. So we're going to be just disturbing areas that are already loam and seed. There is a small well on the lot that's outside here. That's going to have to be decommissioned at some point. We're not 100% sure if that was used for irrigation at one point. But as far as the wetland resources go, and what we're here before you folks for, that's pretty much the end of what I have to give to you. So any questions you have, please fire away. And if there's something I don't know, I will certainly take it down. Snow storage areas, which are always very important, will essentially be going in any area here off the driveway that's green that we can infiltrate. Any place along the driveway. Of course, this is a terrible winter to use for an advantage because I think we were all tired from throwing snow over snowbanks. And then in the front, we're just going to eliminate the existing concrete walk that's here now, just create a new walkway. This right now is all loam and seed. This is loam and seed with, like I said, there's some shrubs, some scrub brush, that type of thing. The two buildings will be connected by just a walkway, and there'll be a little patio outside for just for sitting or visiting, that type of thing. This project is a little different than the last project I did with Northeast Arc, the one that I just did in Danvers. That was for people that had physical disabilities. It's my understanding with this one, it's going to be for people that have audio disabilities, hearing impairment. So with that, I'll stop speaking and let you ask any questions you would like.
I have a lot of questions.
Go
So
ahead, Mr. Rizzo.
This property has a single family home on it,
Yes, sir.
and you're gonna take the single family home, make it a 4-bedroom, and then you're adding another house to the property. You're putting 2 homes on one lot.
That's correct,
How
sir.
how does that meet the requirements of the community?
So technically, they're considered. They're actually under building code, and again, I'm not an expert. They're both considered single family homes. So we do have to ask for some relief from the city to do this. But as far as how does this benefit the community, it's providing an area for people that have disabilities that can stay in a safe environment.
It sounds like a great project, but it sounds like maybe a project like this should have been built somewhere else. And not.
Well,
on
they're
the
being built
property.
all over the place.
But I'm saying this location, this particular property, that it's very narrow and you're trying to put 2 homes on it with 10, 12, 14 parking spaces. There's a ton of impervious area, and you're building a stormwater treatment within the resource area, which is land subject to flooding, putting land subject to flooding. It's just like, I'm
Well,
really
it's
confused in terms
it's
of.
not in the flood zone. And yes, we do have to put in a subsurface stormwater management area because we have to follow DEP's requirements. And the reason it has to go there is because we have to follow gravity. So the property slopes from Lowell Street down to the back. So that's the only place that we can end
But
up.
you're building 2 homes. This is a single family lot, and you're building 2 homes on one lot. I just don't. Again, I understand the project, and I think it's a great project. And what your goals are, I think, are wonderful. But we're starting to. I mean, can anybody build 2 homes in their own on one property? This is a
So-
residential.
So for the right,
Through the chair, that's the Mara Healy's new incentive.
so this isn't necessarily an ADU, Chairman Rizzo. This is
Yeah.
a separate use altogether. So we do have after the design review meeting, because we did have some questions ourselves as to how this could happen. So Northeast Arc has hired attorney Jack Kelty. He's already met with, I believe he's already met with Tom St. Pierre, and he's met with one other member of the city on how to actually get this permitted. So if you're asking, so these aren't condos that we're selling. These aren't apartments, that type of thing. They're specifically for people in need. And
No, I understand that. I'm just concerned that, have you gone through other boards and,
we've been before
Planning,
the design.
zoning. Pardon?
We've been before the design review committee, but that was where they weren't certain what we were going to have to do to get this permitted, whether it was going to need a subdivision, a variance, or a special permit. So that's why we brought on attorney Kelty. He's talking with the city on the best way to move forward with the permitting.
Well, I'm kind of not up to speed on that, so I have some reservations about allowing a project like this, 2 homes on one property. And I'm starting to start with that, then that is a lot to stick on this lot. where you got resource right behind you and squeezing in two houses.
So through the chair, is it
Yes.
possible that this is a little premature to be before us at this point, since we don't know if if it's a ZBA or what type of accommodations we made to allow two separate residences, homes to be on the same parcel. So it just seems that we're
Well,
not.
Yeah.
Well, we're here before you for the Wetlands Protection Act. I mean, the zoning is another purview.
I know, but
They may change what they want, though. This footprint
well,
might change.
It may, but I believe this was filed correctly and everybody was notified. So I know Lucia had been working on some comments that we will work on, and we can certainly hopefully have an answer for you by the next meeting. But we wanted to make the presentation to you so you could see that this is coming and get your feedback on it.
yeah, I have a lot of concerns about this project, so I certainly can't vote on something like this tonight.
We were not planning on having you
I would
close or
like
vote on this
I would
tonight.
like to have I'd like to do a site visit and take a look at it. I know the back of the site goes down. You probably fill in, looks like you're probably filling, about 18 inches on the back, from the back of the existing house. You're gonna fill in about 18 inches to, level out that site. I don't know if you need some retaining walls. And you know, what the impacts might be to the neighbors. This is a big project for a small piece of property. I don't know, I'm surprised you haven't gotten pushback from other departments and I feel to come to us. I know people want to come to the Conservation Commission first to try to get through, but I have a lot of questions about what is the plan for the city, allowing two homes on one property? Whether setting a precedence. I have all these reservations and things that I need clarified. I need some feedback from the city. Maybe I need to have a meeting with some of the departments or maybe the mayor to talk about projects like this coming before us, before we've heard concerns and requirements from other departments. And I don't want to put you through a lot of work and saying that we said it's okay, and now there's other departments and that have problems with this. I certainly don't want to mess with zoning and have seen two houses on one property, one single lot. So I have a lot of concerns, and I need to be schooled, I guess, if I use that word. To
That's fine.
understand
We want to. I've been doing permanent work in DB for 25 years. We want to hear all your concerns, and we'll
Yeah.
address every single one of them. It is true. This is not like what you would say is your normal project. It's a little bit different. So I certainly understand your apprehension. We have, like I said, I have spoken on the phone several times to with your city planner. I have received several phone calls from some of the neighbors just about this, and I talked to them for a few minutes about what it is. So it's certainly going to be something that's going to be everybody's radar, and they're going to be taken into consideration. But yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, Chairman Rizzo. Like I said, it's something that we want to pitch to you, but we also want you to feel comfortable with. But there's a few things that are, obviously are not Conservation Commission related. So we're not planning on asking you to close it tonight or approve it. We still have to do a couple more things with the city, but.
I'd like to do a site visit. I mean, I think this is a real, for the type of lot it is on. I think it's an overbuild for a site that was probably 80% pervious in grass and wetland and resource. And looking at the footprint, there's like very little green left on a piece of land that was probably very important to the resource area adjacent to it. So I think it's asking a lot to put on a small lot like this, not to mention it's two homes. So I have
And also, how would a fire truck get access to the rear building? Usually, when you have a building of frontage, a certain frontage needs to be in place in order to have emergency vehicles and fire trucks to be able to access the property. I don't see how a fire truck could access the rear. I mean, the second
So
building.
we did get some comments back from the fire chief, and he had to leave the meeting early, but one of the things he was happy that we were doing is that the rear building is going to be sprinklered. It doesn't have to be, but we're gonna sprinkle it anyways. But as far as getting in and out of the facility, he has not asked us to look at that yet, or what he needs to look at that. But again, that's not conservation related. That's another department. So I'd like to see if we
Yeah.
can stick to the conservation issues this evening. I will write down all of your concerns.
Yeah, I'd like to see just one building. I'd like to see the building in the back. I'd like to see the front building. You want to renovate that, fine, and take the right building in the back out. And not have two buildings, not have two homes. That would reduce the amount of impacts, reduce the impervious areas. It would not be putting a stormwater treatment facility within our resource area, which is in that outer riparian zone. So I just have a lot of concerns, and I don't really, I know what the benefits of the project for the people who need help. I understand that. So don't get me wrong about that. I just don't see.
I'm not mixing.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I just don't like,
Nope.
I just don't like seeing that. I don't like seeing this project, the way it's presented with two homes on it, just.
Through the chair.
Definitely want to do a site visit. Pardon?
Through the chair, am I missing something? Isn't the whole project, except for I guess, the back parking area out of our jurisdiction?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, and I understand gravity, but I don't see why you couldn't take, and I guess you need the parking area there, but again, if the city's going to allow you to put two homes on one lot on something that's zoned for single family,
Yeah, it's like, I don't feel you should be here first. I think you should be going to other departments, see even the usage and the conversion of a single family home.
I don't even know
And
how,
yeah.
I don't know how you're here. I don't know how you're here at all.
Yeah, right. I just, I'm looking at this, I'm saying, why are we here?
Well, we did file. I filed an application, a narrative, a plan, and a request to your planner to go over this. And the feedback that we got from there, he said, in the meantime, we could work on some of the legal issues with the city and how this gets permitted. But as Commissioner Comack just said, most of the project lies outside of your jurisdiction. So we're really here for, again, the whole project is the project, but we're here to show you the resource areas. We're here to show you the stormwater management, and show you how we're going to meet the DEP stormwater standards and also the standards of the city. So
Yeah, I understand that, but also we have an understanding in our community where the departments speak to each other. We're supposed to inform each other and talk to each other about projects coming up so that we're aware of something that may be zoning related, something that could affect conservation.
Good.
And this concept about having two homes on a single family lot, it's like, why am I listening to this tonight? No one's.
Well, there was 5 or 6. There were 5 or 6 departments at that meeting, Chairman Rizzo. So I know multiple departments knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And we told them that we were filing with the Conservation Commission, and there wasn't any protest.
All right, so I just, my
through the
apologies,
chair.
but I need to understand better what the city's expecting and allowing to be built on single-family lots today. And even though we have our conservation hats that we must wear, we also have to be understanding to how projects like this affect our neighbors, how it affects other departments. And I haven't heard anything through any of the departments that this project is a project that could be approved, should be approved, and is important to the community. It is important to the community. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Well, no, we're not hanging. We can get you that information.
Yeah.
So anything that we're gonna get from the city, we'll share with you, share with Lucia. I don't have that. I'm not an attorney. I don't know, and I'm not working with the building inspector or the planner, but I know they're working together on figuring out which way that's gonna go. But we'll get you that information.
Through the chair, if I may. So I think, Peter, what you're hearing from the commission is they appreciate you presenting this to us tonight. It sounds like that was your plan to kind of just put it out there and not ask for a vote. I think what you're hearing from the committee is this may not be your near final plan because there's some other steps and considerations that need to happen. And so I think that's what you're hearing from the committee, that, we'll take all of this into consideration. You certainly, I think, have been going back and forth with Lucia, as you mentioned, but we would like to see further progress with other city departments to understand how near final this plan is, to go ahead and weigh in.
That sounds great to me. And in the meantime, Chairman Rizzo, if you would like to set up a date,
Sure.
we can stake out the new building for you if you'd like to see, and the sign line in the driveway, and everybody can go see it for themselves. I don't know when that's going to happen. I'll let Lucia do that, but maybe in the meantime, we'll be able to get you some more information. And
That'd be great.
What the proposed, what is the tree removal that you're proposing?
So there's 4 trees that are here in the house that will have to be taken down.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, kind of
You're
or
very-
the age or anything like that?
One more time?
What the age of the trees or species or anything?
Jeez. Tell you what, if we go out on site, we can go look at them.
I just have a couple questions. So this property is owned by North Shore Heritage Association,
Yes, it was purchased by them.
and this is like a state-funded construction project?
I really don't know. So the company that we're working for is a company called Northeast Arc, and they do a lot of these types of projects for people with disabilities. North Shore Heritage, I don't know if they're another group that does that same type of thing.
Right. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I believe that, like Chairman Rizzo was saying, this is a lot for this thing, and to get that parking lot, this EV charging station, oil grit separator, anything that's going to affect the Conservation Commission's decision, because it looks like, well, it sounds like from what you're talking about, it's like no problem for anybody else, any other department. But for me personally, as sitting on the Conservation Commission, if you made that one building and pushed that parking lot out of our buffer zone and get rid of that EV charger station out of there and the oil grit separator, you might have a lot less issues from the commission.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you on the EV charging stations. I mean, I'm sure that doesn't come across this board that much, but I don't know if you know this, but they're really pushing these now. Whether you put them in or make them EV ready, you have to have them. As far as the oil grit separator, that's actually an enhancement for the stormwater runoff. That just removes any extra TSS that the catch basin doesn't do. So we just do that to make sure that the runoff is, even more cleaned before it goes into the ground. But I will certainly bring this back to them and let them know that these, that these are your concerns and that you'd like to see. I don't know if they could make this all one building. If we, I don't know that, I'm not the architect. I'm not the one that, designs these or lays them out. And, I don't work there either. So I don't know like really what their needs are. But I'm going to write that down, Secretary Green.
Thank you.
Through the chair, it looks like the North Shore Heritage Association is a real estate holding company that owns and leases property to the Ark specifically. So I
Oh,
believe it's another nonprofit. It's just a different arm, I think.
Okay. Does any other commissioners have any questions? And if there's no more, I'd like to open it up to the public. Anybody here from the public wants to speak on this matter?
Yes, there is someone who just raised their hand. I'm going to go ahead and allow you to talk. Please state your name and address for the record.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep, my name is Bob Costa. I'm at 305 Lowell Street next door. And
Okay.
this is a similar project that, if you remember, John Goulas, who owned 3 houses beside me, who sold this 303 Lowell Street house to Northeast Arc, tried to do the same thing 3 years ago, and he was shot down by your committee and the abutters. Also, I'm concerned about the driving and parking lot. I have some concerns there. And also, I'm in between 303 and 309, which is also looking to put houses on their property. Behind me is what's to be proposed as the bike path. So there's
Right.
3 projects going on which would impact this conservation land greatly. I'm also concerned that whatever goes on with these projects beside me, if that's going to impact any flooding in my property.
Okay.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay,
Anybody else?
I don't see anyone else. I'm gonna okay, his hand is lowered. I don't think, if you want to speak again, raise your hand. So I don't think there's anyone else. I know everyone who's in the audience and there for something else, but if for some reason there is, please raise your hand. Again, I will double check before we continue this. I would like to echo what Amanda said. I think that while we're sitting here, that was what I was like, wow, why didn't I notice that? Like, if they just pushed the building a little closer and connected the 2 buildings and then got everything out of the resource, or a good portion out of the resource. What I'm concerned is it's a slippery slope. You have 2 buildings on this lot, and if like basically if they subdivide right now, they wouldn't be able to get that second building under the Wetlands Protection Act. So I'm afraid we're gonna have, once they do it, next door neighbors are going to do it, and then the people there is going to do it. We already have someone coming next month. You're going to see it. These guys are going to be side by side. I'm pretty sure it's someone two parcels down, exactly what the Mr. Costa just said. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's the person that was here for that ANRAD that we issued the wetland delineation a couple months back. So of course I support Northeast Arc and everything they do, but it would be just so much better if it was one building. And I guess that's for Peter to go back and find out, can we make this one building? Can we try to get everything out of the resource, or a good portion of it out of the resource? But that being said, sounds like we want a site visit. So Peter, why don't you email me, and then we can start an email chain and make sure that everyone who wants to be at the site visit is there. I feel like we probably need a couple more weeks of thawing before we can have like a site visit that's going to matter.
Do you want to, and what days does the commission usually like to do? Do you like to do them on Saturdays or?
Chair, again, shouldn't we wait for, if this is going before the ZBA or the planning board, the other city departments, shouldn't we wait for them to determine the appropriateness of the project before we even go out for a site visit?
I'm fine with that. I think we need a couple weeks anyway for the snow to thaw, because the last thing I want to do is go out on a site visit and you guys aren't going to get the whole picture of what's happening because there's
Right.
still like 5 feet of snow.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should try to schedule a site visit. Maybe we can't pick a date tonight, but maybe we can speak amongst ourselves through Lucia and come up with a time might be, but now that it's staying light longer, maybe we can get to a site visit before it gets dark, sometime after work during the week. And we could just go from there.
All right,
Yes.
well, I'll tell you what,
Okay,
I'm gonna work on these things, and we'll definitely get you information about the zoning.
okay.
But I'm just looking at my calendar, Mr. Chairman and Lucia. What
Mhm.
are there particular days or afternoons that the commission likes to meet? I just trying to look and see if we could maybe pick a couple days, maybe in another week or so.
Yeah, the week of the 23rd, I think it looks open on my calendar.
23rd of
Yeah,
what
could we
month?
save your time? Could we do this via email just because I don't know if everyone here wants to attend it. Maybe some people who
Yeah.
aren't here want to attend it. So Peter, why don't you send me an email and then I can start a doodle poll, or if you want to send a doodle poll or like whatever, we can figure it out. What if you want to throw out some dates to me and then I can send it out to the commission and we go from there.
I don't even
Are
know
we
what that
talk-
is. A
Are we,
doodle poll?
are we
What is that?
talking this month,
I
Lucia?
would say so. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll,
right,
I'll
if we
email.
could.
I'll do what Lucia asked, and I will request that she starts coming up with some dates. Okay, so we don't have to do this now.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah, just drop me an email, Peter, and we'll go from there.
That sounds good to me.
All right.
Motion to.
Okay, so if it's okay with everybody, I'd like to make a motion to continue this.
So
And for
moved,
now, we'll just say continue to our next meeting.
so moved.
Second,
All right, that motion to continue to the April 8th meeting was made by Green, seconded by Harrop. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
All right, roll call.
Yes.
Rizzo,
Yes.
Green,
Yes,
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
yes.
Ethos,
Yes.
Portamonch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
Okay, so that item is continued 7-0, and Peter, you will be in touch with me to set up a site visit. And Mr. Costa, please reach out if you want to be kept in touch with.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be in touch.
Okey doke.
All right, and sorry to interrupt, but 41 Beacon Boulevard, the amendment is here and he is ready. If you want to read his
Oh, okay.
number 3, if you want to read it again, and I'll promote him to a
I will.
panelist.
I will. Okay. So we're back on an amendment request, item number 3. It's a public hearing on an amendment to an existing order of conditions. DEP file number is 55-945. The proposed amendment would add a 2-story garage and a breezeway in locally protected buffer. Property is known as 41 Beacon Boulevard, map 108, lots 192, 213, 214, 215, 216, 217 in the city of Peabody.
Sorry I'm late, everybody.
That's okay.
Apologize. So yes, so zoning, I was supposed to have a zoning meeting that got postponed because of the snowstorm. They have rescheduled it, that they're doubling up on March 16th. But in the meantime, Lucia was nice enough to give me a list of items to meet the board standard. I had completed everything. Notice of intent, all the abutters received their letters. The DEP received their letter as well. I've already sent everything back to Lucia. I brought it into town hall and gave her everything. So I believe I've completed all of the checklist conservation required. And we're just waiting for the meeting on the 16th due to the snow.
So there's the big lot in the front, and then the back part is, your proposed plan shows it as one big lot, but there's like 4 lots, aren't they, on the back? Is that one lot, or is that lot 1, and then there's lot 2?
So there's multiple lots. So behind the main
Yeah.
house, there's multiple small lots. And to the right of the house, if you're standing in front, there's another lot. This is where the proposed site's going to be, to the right of the house. And there's a little small area where the breezeway would go that would be sitting on what we clarified as wetlands last meeting, not conservation land, wetlands. I believe it's like 3 or 4 feet. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong, Lucia.
What's the question?
I believe we're on 3 or 4 feet of the breezeway.
Oh, the outer, yes. Do you guys want me to share the plan? So I can share the plan of what you guys originally approved, and then I will share the plan of what the amendment is.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That would be helpful. Thank you, Lucia.
All right, so this is what he is proposing. Whoops. Okay, this is what you guys approved. So this is where you guys can see my cursor, right? So this is where, so you see, this is the right here is the line, and the breezeway is literally, that's it. This big garage that he's proposing on the next sheet. So this right here is the local 200. So DEP probably isn't even going to look at this because he's not even in their BVW buffer. This is our local right here. And again, let's just move it to the next. So there we go. So it's like pretty much this, the breezeway is basically in it.
Okay. Now, have you gone through zoning and your variances?
So there is one variance. It's a 5-foot variance to the front, to the curb.
Yeah, so you don't have that. You don't have that yet.
Right. So we did have a schedule, but they actually canceled that meeting due to the snowstorm. So they doubled up on March 13th. So I'll be sitting in front of them on March 13th. But at the end of the day, if it's the 5 feet that they're concerned about, I can always bring the garage in 5 feet or 10 feet even. It doesn't really matter to me. And I proposed that at the beginning, but they said, let's throw it to the wall and see what sticks. So that's what we're doing with zoning. And then, Lucia realized that this was on a little bit of conservation, and we decided to, with your direction, is to, file an amendment, which we are. And we have the pool is complete. We closed that part. We have a well that's still open, which we will be doing this summer. And that's just for irrigation only. And we have a little bit of a porch to extend, which, is nothing at this point. But we are looking to amend to add this to the existing DEP file.
Okay. Now, so that's a big addition. Is that 1,344 square feet, is that living space?
No, so it's going to be a garage, and there'll be a space above it. And it'll be more like a room. So it can be like a game room, or, just to take the noise out of the house.
So you're not building another house with the kitchen and
No,
bathrooms and all that stuff?
no, nope. I can tell you right now, Mark would not allow me to do that.
And you said, we asked you once before, I thought there's no basement, it's just a slab on grade?
It's just going to be a slab. Yeah, we're not digging down. Just enough for the slab. No basement, no foundation like that.
And you're not doing any sort of mechanical work in the garage, any work on cars or painting, anything
No.
like that?
No, this is not going to be for a commercial use at all. This is going to be for residential use only, and you guys are more than welcome to pop in anytime and take a peek.
So I think you mentioned last time you like they have cars and stuff to store.
Yeah, so I have a 64 Mustang that I like to put in there, and my wife has an older Camaro we'd like to put in there. Right now, they're sitting in the driveway on the side of the house, covered. With this snowstorm, I mean, that's something you want to keep inside.
Okay. Okay, so you haven't gone to zone yet, 'cause I'm not sure is there a square foot requirement? You can only add so much square feet to an existing resident?
Um, so Mark has looked at this, the building department looked at this, and he was okay with it. He just, there was a, 5 foot difference from the frontage
Yeah.
that concerned him. So that's why we're going to zoning. You know, and then Lucia had mentioned about the space out front, which she just spoke on. And, you know, we're here today just to see if we can add that to the existing amendment. But I don't know if there's actually, you know what, Mark did say the calculations that were done met the requirements. It's just that for one variance for the 5 feet, I believe it was 5 feet that he said, but it met the requirements not to exceed 80% of the property total. Yeah. Just trying to remember it all.
Yeah, through the chair, this is right here in the corner. This is why, like, they're the zoning over here. It looks like he's proposing only 10.6% of building maximum, and he's allowed 30, or that's what it's required. I believe that's what required means he's allowed. So he has a
Yeah,
huge
just-
lot. Like, this is like, even though those are all tiny lots, they're all owned by him. So this is considered one lot the way I understand it. And I mean, this was already I flagged this because they were actually looking for a permit. And so buildings, you know, this is what building told him to do. Come to me, go to ZBA. And he missed the last meeting because they meet in person. And that was the last storm that we just got nailed with that 2 feet or like 15 inches, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, as I was looking at the aerial map and stuff, like 3 of those lots, the back lots, from some previous maps shows that as wetland. And now it's all lawn.
Yes, that was the Garlands,
Yeah.
Susan Garland and that whole family. You don't recall that was
Yeah,
their DEP's aware of this. Yes, this
Yeah.
was all once wetlands and now it is no longer wetlands. And it's just how it is.
And just while we're talking, there's a fence that goes around around the property, and it looks like the fence goes into somebody else's property. Is that something that?
On which side?
On the backside where your pool is, the fence
Yeah.
goes around is clearly outside your property line.
In the far back?
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's trees there. The stumps were massive. So they went behind them to incorporate the trees. So we didn't have it on the other side. The only reason why the fence went up is because of the coyotes coming into the yard, and we have dogs.
Why did but you put a fence on someone else's land?
That's not, well, in the back there, that's not land. That's not someone else's land. That's the behind there after the fence, there's about 4 feet and then it goes into the runoff.
No, somebody owns the land. It's whether it's owned by the city or owned by a neighbor. Whoever put that fence up, put it on outside of your property.
Okay, we can put the trees back over and move it in if that's,
Well, I'm just
yeah.
raising the question. That's why I was looking to understand better the site. And that's when I saw, it looks like there's a street that goes behind there. I
So the
think.
street ends at the neighbor behind us.
Yeah,
At the street ends, there's a drop off that goes into the pit that we spoke on last time. So
yeah,
when the rainwater comes in, it fills that stream behind the house. So that's actually the stream back there. We didn't capture the stream where before it. And actually, I believe on the other side of that stream belongs to the Garland still, on the opposite side of the stream.
yeah. But you know, beside I'm kind of getting away from the project, but I just haven't noticed that fence that if that was my land, I'd be a little concerned that somebody put a fence on my land, even though that's what happened to me. So I don't know, maybe talk to your neighbor or whoever's behind there. Maybe this belongs to the city, but you shouldn't have put a fence on somebody else's property.
Okay.
anyways. Um. Okay, so, what's the wish of the commission? Is there, any more questions from the board? We can open it up to the public.
I don't see that he's really disturbing much of our resource area.
No?
It's really just the breezeway.
Yeah. And it's only a garage, it's not for living space.
Correct.
So if there's no more questions from the board on this matter, we should open it up to the public since it's an amendment to an existing order. I don't know if anybody, any neighbors are here to talk about this project, either for or against.
I only see one person and I know exactly what she is here for.
Okay,
I do want to speak about to the fence. So I am looking, and it looks like that's a paper street. So that would be owned technically by the city. But where that paper street is, there's technically an intermittent stream. So I do have a list of people who are encroaching onto city property. I can add Charles DePira, 41 Beacon Boulevard to that list. Normally the
Yeah.
city does not, doesn't get involved unless they need to. So if the city wants that fence moved, they're moving that fence.
yeah,
And that's it. And there's definitely other people. As I said, I have a list.
yeah,
But I
Yeah,
don't
and any-
see anyone in the parking lot. I mean, in the excuse me, anyone in the parking lot. I don't see anyone wanting, and there's no participants who want to speak for this.
okay. So it's important that the city owns that. City has a lot of, support legally and stuff to push back on some things, but I know that, I think I'm not a lawyer, but I think there's a clause called adverse possession. And if you occupy a piece of land or you put your fence on somebody else's land and you use that for 20 years, that I think by adverse possessions becomes yours.
Nope, not for, this is, I told you I got my list and I've already talked to the city solicitor about this. There's no such thing as adverse possession for federally, state, municipally owned lands. That is what Don Kahn told me. And that is why they
Okay.
only take action when they need to. So he's going
Okay.
on my list unless he moves it. And so that is what I was told. There is no adverse possession or whatever you just said for
Yeah.
basically the city of Peabody. So all of the people who think that they own our land, they don't. They're just using it until we want it back.
Okay.
Yeah, at any
Unlike me.
point, at any point, if you need it moved, I can move it. I have no problem doing that. We just captured the trees. They really look nice, and
Well,
They weren't
I'd
being-
rather have the trees there rather than cut those down at the resource area.
yeah, I mean they're just captured. I mean they're really nice. We take care of everything in the yard.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, so there's nobody else wants to speak on this matter. What's the wish of the commission? You want to,
no one else in the parking lot wants to speak.
Nope.
Okay.
Motion to close? Is there one on the floor?
no one's made a motion yet. This is a motion to amend an existing order of conditions. So to amend it would be to allow the, addition, the garage addition and the breezeway.
Motion to close the public hearing.
We
Do I have
need
a
to
second?
the public hearing first. So I move to close the public hearing.
Yeah. And a second?
Second,
Okay.
Okay, that motion to close was, I heard a couple people, but I'm gonna go with Arthur, seconded by Leslie. Roll call, Rizzo,
Yes?
Green,
Yes,
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop. Harrop,
Yes, sorry.
Gathis,
Yes.
Portamunch,
yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, the item is closed 7-0.
Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the amendment to the existing order, adding the proposed garage and the breezeway? to the right side of the house.
Make that motion.
Second,
That motion was made by Ms. Green, seconded by Ms. Harrop. Roll call, Rizzo,
Yes,
Green,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
yes.
Athos,
Yes.
Portamunch,
Yes,
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, so that amendment has been approved 7-0. Charles, I have 21 days, but if I know you need it, I'll get it to you faster. But this way you can go to the meeting next week and at least let the ZBA know that you did get approved tonight from the Concom.
Perfect. I appreciate all your time very much and for letting us do this. And if they do need that fence moved, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to get the efforts out there to do that at any time.
okay, thank you.
I appreciate all your time tonight. You have a great night.
You too.
thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Okay, our next item is item 5. And item 5 is a continuation of a public hearing on notice of intent submitted by Robert Marini of Native Tech for Lopez Alvaro Perez, owner. Proposed project involving the landscaping, recreational improvements, retaining wall construction to expand the yard and in-ground pool, installing stormwater features. The property is known as 91 Owner Street, map 45, lot 26 in the city of Peabody. Our first meeting was January 14th, 2026.
Through the chair, there's no one in the audience except the person for the next item, which is 26 Trask. So I don't know if you guys want to discuss this or if you just want to continue it and move on.
I thought there was going to be a site visit for that area.
Yeah, we
Yep.
need to do a site visit.
They never, I don't know what, they're not even here tonight. No one asked for
Oh,
a
okay.
continuance.
I was just
don't-
gonna ask, did they say anything to you? Nothing?
Nothing. I remember the last one I said the ball's in your court. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
parking lot court. The ball's in your court.
all
And
right. Let's.
I never
let's
heard
not-
back from them. I reached out to them. I'm honestly still waiting for an electronic plan. You guys don't even have the appropriate plan right now.
Right.
So it's just, I would suggest a continuance and just wait for them to reach out to us.
All right, motion to continue item number 5.
Motion
Why
to
are we
continue.
continuing it?
Yeah.
What?
Why are we continuing it?
Only because the person's not here for us to do otherwise.
That's right. So why are we continuing it?
What else would
just-
we do? Mr. Comac,
I mean, why? are we
other than continuing it?
I think
You're
they have to
supposed to-
refile.
They have to refile.
Oh,
They barely filed this time.
Exactly. So, and just again, from the last meeting, if I was the person that was representing them, because there was someone here that was representing them, he just realized I'm way out of my league on this one. This isn't gonna, I mean, that's just my feeling. I don't think they're gonna ever show up again. So if you want to continue at one meeting, I'm fine with that. But after that, make them refile. There's no way they're going to get a pool on that site, and he
No.
understands that. So that's really what I
Well,
got out
I
of
mean,
that.
can we remove it from the agenda and don't repost it? Let them refile?
I mean,
Or have Lucia contact the person and see if they're still are actively pursuing a notice of intent. And
Because,
maybe,
I mean,
I
they're
guess-
not
I
here,
guess
but
it's not
technically, if you
notice of
submit a
intent.
notice of intent, if you submit a notice of intent, then you have a public hearing, then we have to act on that. Either you continue it or you deny it, and they're not even here. So I'm a little nervous about not continuing it.
yeah, I would
All
So
continue. We should
I just say
continue.
let's just continue it.
That's
Yeah, out
fine.
of respect for the property owner, only because I think the property owner's kind of in the dark. He's shelled out thousands upon thousands of dollars. He probably has already shelled out over $5,000 for this, and I don't think the property owner is aware that there's these issues. So I can get in touch with him, and if he has to hire someone else, he has to hire someone else. But I would
Okay.
suggest continuing. I agree with Bruce, but I also my heart, I do also feel sorry for the guy who's chucked out $5,000 and anyway, I would suggest
Yeah.
a continuance.
All right,
re-
motion to
for him-
continue item, motion to
I'm sorry,
continue
for
item
him
number
to
5.
refile, then he's gonna have to undergo a big expense to,
If he refiles, yes, he's going to
Yeah.
have to pay another legal ad, which is about $200. He's going to have to
Yeah.
notify the abutters, which is anywhere from $5 to $10 a person, depending on how many abutters and which way he's going to notify them.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot that, and then he's going to have to pay all the fees again, which that's probably like another $700 right there.
Yeah,
I don't think we should do that. I make a motion to continue.
I agree. Do I have a second?
Second,
All right, that
Okay.
motion was made by Quartermunch, seconded by Harrop. Roll call: Rizzo,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
yes.
Athos,
Yes.
Quartermunch,
Yes.
McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, so the 90 Winona is continued 7-0, and I will get in touch with. I'm just going to call the property owner.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay,
Lucia.
Item number 6 on the agenda is an enforcement order. A continued enforcement order issued to Daniel Batello and Jocelyn Alves Goncalves for the following activities: bring in 9 to 10 truckloads filled, placing them in the bordering vegetated wetland, estimated 2,000 to 4,000 square feet of wetland alteration, grade changed significantly, remove live trees and vegetation, amount to be determined without a permit from the commission. Address is known as 26 Trask Road, map 61, lot 13, in the city of Peavy.
Hi, good evening, commission members. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes,
That's Nicole Ferrara from LEC Environmental, just here to give a quick update.
Okay.
The snow's finally melting, which is great. We have the contractor scheduled on Tuesday to resume work. Hopefully we'll get it done within the next few weeks. At the last hearing, if you recall, the commission asked for a brief summary of the soil test results. So I'm just here to provide those details after looking at it again. Just to summarize, the LSP confirmed that the soil did not contain any detections in the materials that were above the Massachusetts contingency plan, so nothing was reportable. We have the soil test lab data as well as the report and sampling letter from Cooperstown Environmental. There was, a few detections of petroleum hydrocarbons, but none of those levels were above the reportable limits. So again, work is going to resume on Tuesday, and I think that's about it I have for an update.
okay. Then we'll see you, next month?
Yes, yep. See you next month.
All righty. So motion to continue item number 6 to next month.
Motion to continue.
Second?
Seconded.
All right, that motion to continue to April 8th was made by Harrop, seconded by Green. Roll call: Rizzo,
Yes.
Green,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
Yes.
Athos,
Yes.
Quartermunch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, the item is continued 7-0.
All right. Items
Great.
number 7 and 8, those are continued. We don't need to make a motion. So under other business, we have minutes on the OneDrive and for December 10th and January 14th of this year, and February's not done yet. So do anybody want to vote on the minutes? Did everybody get a chance to look at them?
Did.
Did everything look good?
They looked perfect.
All right, so there's
Amazing
no,
as always, Lucia.
The February ones were also on there. I ended up, when I did the red line, they weren't done, but if you guys only want to vote on December and January, or if you, I don't know if you want to vote on all of them, but thank you for saying that they look fabulous.
Okay, let's vote on December and January. We'll just hold on the others, the other one. So I didn't get a chance to see it.
Motion to approve the minutes?
Move the minutes for 12/10/25.
December and January.
1/14/26.
Yes, please.
Second.
All right, that was made by Harrop, seconded by McCarthy. Give me 1 second to do the roll call. I got that right, correct?
Yes.
All right, Rizzo,
Yes,
Green,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
Yes.
Athos,
Yes.
Portamunch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, the minutes are approved 7-0. Do we have a motion to adjourn, or
Wow.
do we want to talk about?
no,
Other
motion to,
Oh,
I gotta
oh,
run. So that motion to
oh,
adjourn
I
would be
thought-
fine.
Okay.
So do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All right, motion to adjourn was made by Harrop, seconded by McCarthy. Roll call: Rizzo,
Yes,
Green,
Yes.
Comac,
Yes.
Harrop,
Yes.
Athos,
Yes.
Portamunch,
Yes.
and McCarthy.
Yes.
All right, we are somehow adjourned
right.
at 8:30.
What is
Okay.
this
Pretty
life?
good, huh?
uh,
A lot of practice.
Mhm.
all righty. Thank you, guys.
All
Good
right,
night.
thank you. And Leslie,
you.
if you had something that if you wanted to talk to me about something tomorrow, you give me a call.
Okay.
All right.
All right, good
Very
night.
good.
All right.
Good
All right,
night,
thank you, everyone. Thanks,
Good night,
PhD.
everyone.
Bye.